Welcome everyone to another edition of Gamereactor Live. I am Magnus, and today I am all alone here in the studio playing Assassin's Creed Rogue with you. We'll be playing some Rogue single player today. I am starting from the second chapter of the game. I skipped the first one in order to relieve you guys of some of the spoilers, at least in case you haven't played the game yet. During the stream, we will just be going through step by step the Assassin's Creed Rogue single player, and if you have any specific challenges or specific parts of the game you want to see, let me know on the chat, where I'll be answering questions, talking to you guys. So please do participate if you want to. I'll also be talking about the next leg of the Assassin's Creed The Challenge competition, which we have going on right now on Gamereactor, where right now we have a quiz up and running, and I'll tell you guys about it a little later, going through some of the questions, all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's jump back in. I am doing the very beginning of the game, where I'm someplace that you guys might notice that you've seen before, because this is the Davenport Homestead, which you might remember as the sort of the main hub location of Assassin's Creed 3, without spoiling too much. And at the moment, I'm going through, you know, the very opening segments here to give you a little bit of context for it. The first chapter was very much so sort of a rough opening, where our main character here, Shay Cormac, is introduced to his ship, his assassins, crewmates, and various bits of the character gallery. So not much has happened. We are learning right now from our different allies here, maybe some, it's just, you know, the basic, very, very basic parts of the game, which is part of every Assassin's Creed game since the dawn of time, and maybe you guys, including me, is a bit tired of it now, but we're going through it because it's Assassin's Creed. And I must say here in the very beginning that I have not played Rogue before. I do like the Assassin's Creed series, and I have played. I was the one reviewing Unity and the Dead Kings DLC when it came out late last year. But we had Rasmus reviewing the game for us back then, and I already got spotted, so that I'm gonna hide in some dense vegetation here and killing. Here we go. So I'm gonna kill while sprinting, it seems. So I have not played. I have yet to play Rogue, so this will be the first time. So we'll see how it all turns out. Back when Rasmus originally reviewed Rogue, it was we can call it a mediocre score. He gave it a 6, saying the unfocused narrative, a bit of rehashed gameplay elements from Black Flag, which also came out on both old and new consoles. So we'll see how it pans out. So far, not too big of a fan of this very, very long, far-stretched thing, beast of a beginning. Right now I seem to be... Oh, follow. Yeah.
Good assassins never fall.
All right. Come on, you. What was a bit of a surprise when I booted up the game just half an hour ago, actually, to get rid of some of the opening spoilers for you, was that it kind of, for the first time, I think, follows some of the same parts of history that Assassin's Creed 3. I have yet to see Connor, but maybe you guys can shed some light on whether he's actually in the game in some kind of side character capacity, or whether or not they've just reused some of the these areas, the Davenport Homestead. But right now we're going through, hopefully, the last part of the introduction, which is hunting an animal. And if you guys want to boot up some multiplayer, if that's what we're going for ultimately, we're playing on PC on the username Gamereactor Live. So I'm going to assassinate an animal now. Here we go. Killing should not be meaningless. Well, I'm gonna skin. So far, it's cool that we are at the Davenport Homestead, but it seems to be a bit of a rehash of some of the areas they've already created. But we'll see. Going in with an open mind here. And I've crafted some pistol holders out of an elk.
These, you can keep your pistols.
Only in Assassin's Creed.
Achilles has one more thing to show.
Achilles has one more thing to show you. Okay.
Done well, Shay.
Should also say very quickly that we have some competition. We have the Assassin's Creed Challenge stuff I told you about. One of the people who have shown his prowess in the Assassin's Creed games, Swedish Jedi, will appear with a pre-made video later on. We'll show you that, where he shares some of his thoughts on the series, on its future, and showing us how Assassin's Creed is really meant to be played in the same vein. So we'll be graced with his presence later on, but for now it's we're back to the good old Assassin's Creed stuff. We'll see where Shay takes us. For now, I can identify two of these side characters. They are Adewale, which was in Black Flag, and Achilles is the other one, which I remember from Assassin's Creed 3. So there seems to be kind of like an all-stars team going on.
Farewell, Adewale. Whoever controls the artifacts can access precursor sites of power. We must recover them, or none are safe.
All right. Mission complete. Oh, and that goddamn memory sync. That has kept me from a lot of trophies playing the Assassin's Creed games over the course of the years. I'm just loading in here. I'm following these two very gray people here. I'm going down there, yeah. Okay. It's funny actually how a lot of the people commenting on the two Assassin's Creed reviews that came out in October and November last year kind of spoke of the sort of the decline of the Assassin's Creed quality. Because I reviewed Unity and gave it a 7, where Lee had a second opinion on it, which was a 6, and Rasmus gave this a 6. So really surprisingly low scores for the games. And we'll see. We're sort of thinking now that with the release of Assassin's Creed Victory, apparently only on the new consoles, that Assassin's Creed Rogue is indeed the last of the old generation of consoles, the version of Assassin's Creed we'll see. So here we are with the real deal, the ocean stuff. I should explain very briefly, not to excuse myself in any way, but this is on a PC playing with an Xbox One controller, a controller I have not much experience with. So and right now I'm gonna crash the ship. Very sad. I'm gonna explore the map very quickly. If I can do that. Can I do that? I can. Very nice. I'm going the right way. That's good. So, if you guys are up to the task, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on where the Assassin's Creed series is going, because as of right now, it seems to be like it has one of its, not a crisis, I'd say, but maybe the future is a bit in flux of what is expected of the series now, or are we going to keep on trending with the Unity the Unity main character Arnaud, or are we gonna try a reboot again? We have no idea, apart from the leaked screens we had of Victory, where Ubisoft sort of was very sad about it that these games keep leaking, but they confirmed it either way, that this is London, and it's really that's what we're doing. Like, so now we're going into our first ship battle, which I decided that was best. And he's gonna ram us, and he's gonna miss as well. Position. I'm sort of thinking right now that I have taken on a bit of a tough break here, because I'm not sure I should be even attacking a ship as powerful as this, but this is what the game is about, so he's gonna ram me, god damn it. Whoa. Come on. I must also stress that this is a completely unupgraded ship that we're using right now, so if I lose, that's probably the reason. Come on, out of the... Whoa. Oh, he got me good there. I only have 2 bars of health. But I am doing a pretty good job of avoiding his charging attacks there. So if I slow down... Oh. And now I got him. I should upgrade some of the cannons soon. If you guys are unfamiliar with how the sort of general game is, the thing was that Unity was sort of it harkens back to some of the grand old Assassin's Creeds, where you're stripping some features away and putting some new things in, but what it looked most like was that it took inspiration from Assassin's Creed 2 in that sense. And there I died. But Assassin's Creed Rogue, on the other hand, is very much sort of it's piggybacking off the success of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, in the sense that it has ship combat and that sort of focus, but with a much larger area. We can try and give you a bit of a... As you can see, it feels like it's the same size as Black Flag, but I really not. I don't have the map in front of me, so. But we'll. I think we're gonna take a break from the ship combat at this point, and maybe just try and run through this the hostile area here. Maybe try and see if we can skulk through. We'll check it out. It's very tempting to fire at those ships, but we lost, and now we're putting the tail between our legs and just going for the story stuff. Maybe either they'll throw us some ship upgrades.
You could be a right horse's arse when it comes to assuming everyone knows the same as you. I cannot help if Achilles wants me to be familiar.
Seems I can't quite escape ship combat here, so I'll just fire at the little guy. Maybe give him a salvo here. Miss, of course. Yes.
Prince Regent of the Assassins.
I'm bitter, so we're being reduced here to taking out fishing boats and then gloating about it, but that's okay. Seems to be approaching a fort here. And maybe some rocks as well. No, that's ice. There's something that was missing from Black Flag. And here we are. Dock, yeah. That's where the ship is. I remember this. It's magnetically pulled towards the dock. Here we are. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I remember that movie.
Trust me, you will sell those lobster by the ton in France. Ah, the cabbage farmer has returned. About time. We have a lead on that curious manuscript.
I'd be surprised if you can read it.
No one can read it, imbecile. This is why the Templar are taking so long with it. But one of our allies has caught a glimpse of their work.
A pirate?
A spy who worked with the pirate. We set
Okay.
sail for Anticosti. That should prove a good test for this floating.
So now we're
suspect
setting
on the
sail,
ship.
apparently. The thing is, I'm not even. I can't really hear the game that well, so I have no idea what's going on. So we're just we're gonna set sail and locate a Royal Navy schooner, something in that vein. Let's go. So the thing is, this is Assassin's Creed Rogue, but you'd be. I wouldn't blame you if you'd be fooled to think that this looks very much like Black Flag. But then again, maybe that's part of the charm. That it's sort of a natural extension of that. Thank you, Sultan. It's very nice. So,
Liam, what can you tell me about Adewale? You obviously admire the man.
oh, there's loot there. I should be.
I had the honor of working with him once. I've never known anyone who
So I'd love if you guys, if there are any specific parts of the game that you want to see, maybe you're thinking about buying it on the delayed PC version, which is out, or maybe it's cheap on the old consoles. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if this is being a sort of super HD remastered to appear on the new consoles. So maybe if there's something specific you want to see, throw me a bone and we'll take a look at it, because I'm right now I'm.
An English vessel, and she looks to be in trouble.
Oh, hi, Indian Cobran. Well, I'm super glad that you're talking about trophies, because I was sort of waiting for that, really. Incapacitate. Oh, I'm just going to do that very quickly. There we go. I haven't looked at the trophies yet. We're playing on PC right now, where I'm guessing that the Steam achievements are somewhat similar, if not identical. But if Unity and Black Flag was any indication, what usually sets me off on these kind of platinums is, in Black Flag, it was reaching the top multiplayer rank. Always stupid to have that kind of trophy in there. And then, as you might have seen from the beginning of the stream, it's my problem is always that they have these full synchronization in each of the missions, and there's almost always a gold trophy or a I can't remember 50 gamer score achievement that has you getting fully synchronized in all the main missions. And I always found that so tedious to go back, replay the missions, and do like really silly things. GTA has it also with gold medals, but you can cheat that sort of by doing some of the really easy stuff. And in this case, if any old Assassin's Creed game is to go by, some of the missions are really long, and you have to do a lot of different stuff to get that full mission synchronization. We can look at it a bit later on, but I was sort of I've been let down. A lot of people has the Assassin's Creed 2 trophy, platinum trophy, mostly because I'm thinking that that it had no multiplayer max rank trophy involved. I can't remember if it had the mission synchronization. I just remember gathering feathers. That was really my kind of thing. Are you planning to go for it, Indian Cobran? I'd love to hear how your trophy endeavors have been. We are a committed group. So right now I'm supposed to, I think, I'm on a mission, but it's no longer showing me the mission description, so I'm guessing we're going after ships, killing them. I saw something about gathering. Oh, there is. Incapacitate a Royal Navy schooner. Is that a schooner? It is. There you go. Fire. And fire. And a full salvo here. When a ship is on fire. Yeah. Very good. This is another part of that, in the same way that we docked earlier on. This is the same place where you can magnetically tie yourself to a ship. I'm thinking, yes. Yes. Let's gather some of that metal. I still think that Black Flag was the best Assassin's Creed in the simple sense that the pirate stuff sort of, I can't explain why, but it sort of clicked with the series. Having this kind of ship combat on top of the regular combat was just, it worked for me. It just clicks. And it's the same here. It does feel very satisfying to be able to board and then so I'm just going to jump right in here. Here we are. And we're on that good old kill. Oh, wait. Holy, he got superpowers in the middle of that. Yeah, I can understand that, Indian Cobra. There's a lot of right now. There's a lot of good platinums out there. I don't know if you've been focusing on getting the Order 1886 one, but that's really easy and actually quite fun to get. So I'd go after that. And of course, there is, if you're really hardcore, you're gonna have to get the Dragon Age Inquisition one, where you beat the game on Nightmare. That's the bomb right now.
I didn't realize there was a brotherhood in Hades.
I always considered like the best platinums is the ones that require time, not skill, because that shows, I think, dedication more than any. Which is why on last week's stream, when we had a new person appear on the stream, Sophia. She told me she was dabbling a bit with Skyrim, which was good news to me because she could show dedication to Gamereactor and all of the viewers out there by getting all the Steam achievements in Skyrim, which does not require a particular amount of skill, but it does require a lot of time. So I'll be damned to see how she does. We'll see. Now I need to focus on not dying. And that little schooner is actually really taking me out. Yes. Looks like I'll be boarding another ship. Okay, and maybe just a bit of these. Boom. Yes. Yeah, I definitely, I have a sort of, me and Nick played Bloodborne back when it was in that early alpha stage, and was really impressed, like generally about it. The thing is, I'm not sure that I really admire you guys for having the dedication, because getting a platinum trophy in a game as frustrating as From Software's games can be, I mean, that's really powerful. So getting the Dark Souls 2, if you have it on the old consoles, or maybe you're planning on getting it in the Scholar of the First Sin, I think that's really hardcore. And the same goes for Bloodborne. and because back when we played it, I thought it was one of those games where I could really. It's the same thing with Dark Souls. I actually don't objectively don't like Dark Souls, but with Bloodborne I could sort of see the quality there, and I could see the quality of the design. I just felt like, good, you're not for me, and that's okay. I got my Sony exclusive with the Order 1886, so I'm fine for now. So my next platinum is probably going to be something like The Witcher, maybe. Thinking about jumping into Final Fantasy Type O. I'm buying it no matter what to get the episode Duskai demo. So we'll see if I can get into. I'm not really a Final Fantasy person. I just thought that 15 looked really, really impressive, and I wanted to play it. So I've pre-ordered the Type O stuff. And people say it's good, so we'll see how that pans out. So I'm coming into this little fishing village here. I'm curious to see on. This is PC, so we're probably look magnetically tying. That's so impressive for. You better borrow some coin. Bartering, yeah, fine. Upgrade your cannons and hull. See, that's good news. So maybe this is a good time actually to speak to you a little bit about the competition we're going. I don't know if you, any of you, followed our little a string of different competitions we've been running here on Gamereactor called Assassin's Creed: The Challenge, where we invite some of you guys that are really, really, really skilled in the Assassin's Creed franchise and knows a lot about it to appear as experts on the live streams here. One of the videos we're going to see later in the stream is from Swedish Jedi, which is one of the people that have won the competition and appeared on the stream to tell us a bit about what he thinks of the franchise, and he let us see how he plays, what his strategies are, and so on and so forth. So right now, in this leg of the competition, we're running a little quiz. A quiz actually about the first game from 2007. Other quizzes will appear over the course of the coming weeks and months, which will focus on the different games in the series. For example, right now we have the original game, and it'll go 2, 3, Brotherhood, Revelations, 4, Unity, and then Rogue as well, and probably Victory once that comes out later in the year. For the first game, which the quiz is out right now, I implore you to read up on your Assassin's Creed knowledge, because the questions, which are 7 in total, requires you to know a bit about the main character Desmond Miles' background, the motivations of the Abstergo company, and the number of assassinated targets, all that kind of stuff. We want you to share your knowledge with us and get a chance to appear on the stream as experts. So, oh, GTA heists. No, the funny thing is, actually, I can talk to you about while I'm doing this. I'm trying to sell some stuff here. I'm going to sell my tobacco. I have no idea what I'm going to use that for anyway. I've actually, back in the fall season, I was a bit busy writing and going to the university, so I had to pick the games that I was gonna play in the fall very carefully. And while I consider, and that might be common knowledge to all, I consider GTA 5 my favorite game of all time, I had already played it, and therefore I did not sort of consider it to be a real candidate of my time at that point. Now, though, it's different. And I just finished the order, and I was looking at my game collection of what to put in, and I put in GTA 5 for PS4, and actually fell in completely again, which was awesome. And that coincidentally led to the heist thing. So I was downloading the patch last night, but I haven't got to it yet. So I'm very, very curious to see sort of where it's going. I listened to, now we're talking about media, I was listening to a podcast Unlocked over on the US IGN, and he said that when they played it, the entire sort of heist run took 3 hours, and it would be a bit foolish to start doing some of the run-up missions, which they require until you get to the actual heist, without, you know, follow through on them. So it seems that these are sort of, and they made the comparisons to the Destiny raids, which we've also been running here on Gamereactor, that it's sort of, you need the time on your hands to complete them, and you need people who will follow through and see the entire job through. Otherwise, there will be no payoff, no money, and no level up. At least in. So I've yet to try them. I can't wait to try them tonight, actually. It's a bit of a, we're coming into one of the first sort of busy gaming seasons of the year. We have The Order, gonna have Bloodborne, Final Fantasy Type O, for me, Project Cars, and Helldivers and White Knight came out just last week. So there's a bit of stuff to do. I'm quite busy, but I really want to try them. Have you tried out the heists yet, Indian Cobra? And I'm very curious to know, to see what people think of them, because they've been so sort of delayed and delayed again, and it's sort of, you know, followed through on the delay of the PC version of GTA 5 over and over again, that, you know, it's a bit too slow. They're a bit they've missed their window. So I'm really curious to see what kind of splash the heist stuff will make. Right now I just crushed, I think, a friendly ship as well. So, but that's what the Morrigan does, this ship. So we take down innocent boats as well. So while I'm sailing there, it's time for another plug, because Assassin's Creed The Challenge isn't the only thing that we are doing here on Gamereactor, despite the fact that you might believe the opposite. We also have something called GR Friday Nights, which you might all know. And right now we've just planned the next GR Friday Nights, which will happen on Friday at 17 Central European Time, and we will have a sweet prize to give away on that particular stream, which I'll just show you here. It's going to be this keyboard, actually, which I'm going to show to the camera. A Rocketrios. So please join us for that stream on Friday for a chance to win this little bad boy here, and we'll see if any of you can handle your rifles. So that's that'll be on Friday. Oh, you already played them. Oh, that's good. And it is nice to hear that it doesn't require you to complete with the same people. But my general sort of feeling about it is it does seem to require time, and a lot of time for you to get something out of it, because you want to do the run-up missions, and you also want to sort of, I'm guessing, you want to sort of see it through to the end. That is sort of the deal with this sort of premium content, where they sort of they ponder to the people having 2.5, maybe 3 hours to give, and I think that's fine. I do that. I have that time. Did I not board it? I was thinking that I was boarding it, but I might be wrong. We'll see. Here. No, I am boarding. We're just... So, Indian Cobra, and I'm curious now that we're talking about it, what's your feeling about the heists then so far? Okay, I'm coming down here. Here we go. Yes. Okay. They're just waiting for me to kill their friends. That's a bit... Okay, this is it then. I want to use the sword, by the way. Much rather use the sword. Oh, they've... Okay. Oh, hey, Kawada-kun. Yeah, I'm glad the chat is working for you now. So we got a bit of stuff here. I'm gonna repair them more again. I have no idea. Shay, Morgan, running nonchalantly down the... Okay, let's set sail very quickly, because now that we were talking about getting 100% synchronization on this, I don't have that much time to sink the rest of the ships. There we go. Oh yes, a good shot there. Stop a bit. Yes. Let us go on. Yeah. Well, I think we received some reports about it today that, despite the fact that that they have had so long to sort of prepare for the arrival of heists and getting the GTA Online servers to sort of work, even with the massive amount of people that must be craving for it now, it is still surprising that it seems to be sort of the general story about the games that have come out over the course of the fall and even through spring here, that online problems and stuff of that nature seems to be like the general story that the gaming industry is telling us at the moment. With, I mean, we can even harken back to stuff like Diablo 3 and even Call of Duty. No one seems to be escaping that devil at the moment. So we're coming in here. Talk to the spy. Let's dock.
Go on ahead, Shay. We will meet you at the fort.
Oh, Sulfin, do we have any news about that? Do you know something about that? A Game of Thrones code, apparently won by Indian Cobran that we were supposed to.
No, I don't know anything about it. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Saifia. Indian Cobran. I've put Sulfin on the job, and he'll figure it out tomorrow, and we'll get back to you. Sorry about the delay. I can only say. So we're prepare for some story-based stuff. We can't really escape it. Take a look at random assassin people conversing.
Good.
And Sulfin, now that we're in the land of the lost codes, there seems to be a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare code also. I'm guessing you'll figure that out tomorrow as well. Yeah. So to both of you, we're on it. Give us some breathing room, man. No, we'll figure it out tomorrow and get back to you guys ASAP. So I'm guessing I'm gonna skip this just for the sake of, if I even can. Right now I'm pressing everything. Oh, we can't. Unskippable cutscenes. Thought that was the thing of the past. So, I don't know if any of you have played the game yet. To provide a little context, Shay Cormac was a sort of a novice in the Assassin Order and is learning the ropes, and he just got his own ship. It seems to be around the same time period as Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. And we're sort of just playing through Rogue here, the story, the campaign, trying to do some side activities as well without spoiling too much of the story if you guys have yet to experience it. The general consensus is that the story is better than in Unity, so that's something. But then again, one of Rasmus's complaints when he reviewed the game for us back in November was that the story was not very good. So we'll let you be the judge of that. Right now there's a point here on the map called the Viking Sword, which I can't pass on that. So I'm gonna check out what this Viking Sword is. Dig.
That'll do. And how?
You found a piece of a Viking sword. Collect all the shards to discover the location of a lost Viking treasure. That's actually... oh. Well, I'm sorry. Okay, here we are. I'm just gonna... yeah. Well, take this, innocent guardsman. Stupid. That AI just jumped to his death for no obvious reason. I kind of feel sad for him. I didn't even... I wasn't an immediate threat to him. It's just... I was taking care of his friend. That's something, but... still, he just... okay, that's really sad. Okay, so it seems to be that the people here don't want me hanging around. Too bad, because that's what we're doing. Here we go. There's a guard up here, so we can move without being intervened. Oh, you haven't even completed it. This is also my first time with the game, so I'd love to hear from some of you guys. Example, Saifur, who has played a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, is that what is your favorite? Because the general consensus of the gaming populace seems to be Assassin's Creed 2 still, if not Black Flag. A battle between those two, but I'd love to hear which one of the games that stuck with you the most. Because it's a long-running series so far, really long actually, in a very short amount of time. They keep insisting on the yearly, annual releases of the game, so we have a couple to choose from these days. No, I suppose, Saifi, if you don't like to sail around, then I'm really guessing that it's not either Black Flag or Rogue that's going to be your favorite, but... and a map, and I have no idea where that is because I have no clue where anything is on this huge map. Yeah, I know it's a standing joke that it's Assassin's Creed Rouge. I think it's an awesome joke. A bit too maybe a bit too used at this point, but I won't be the judge of that. What is that mission right there? I'm a bit the AC stuff. Oh, it's just a town. Hooray! I'm glad to be here too. Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed game ever. I think actually I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm just saying it's a bit of an unorthodox answer, really. I haven't heard many say that it was either Brotherhood or Revelations. I remember playing Brotherhood, thought it was very good. I can remember actually that the multiplayer at that point, when it was at its maybe simplest or maybe its earliest version, that it was very popular actually. So maybe you're... oh yeah, I completely forgot about the Assassin's Creed Liberation HD stuff. I actually played that on Vita because I'm one of the people who play Vita a lot. And I thought it was good. I just didn't like... there was a couple of sort of Vita-specific mechanics in there at that point, like holding your console up to a lamp so you could see through a hidden document, which I thought so cringeworthy that I could not continue, despite how good the game might be. So I might I might jump in and take a look at the HD version of Liberation, because I still think that Aveline had one of the most important or maybe most interesting sort of main storylines. I thought the slavery stuff was really interesting. So I'm just gonna board because that seems to be, that's what we do. Right now I'm coming in a bit of an angle. So now we're boarding. Good. Assassin's Creed 3 as well, also a bit of a unorthodox answer, I might add. Because despite the fact that I actually really liked Assassin's Creed 3, and at that point it got positive reviews. I remember, got like 8s and 7s and 9s. Was very good, but I felt like that there was a sort of backlash after the game had come out, where people on podcasts and when they talked about it, like generally, they were very disappointed that it didn't live up to sort of the basic premise that they presented when they first unveiled it. So I really liked it. So, well, to each his own. Why can't they can't see me coming from up there. And that was insane. Here we go. Right now, I'm just murdering these guys. Yeah. Hands up, I just killed your friends. Yes, Edu, this is the PC version. Playing with an Xbox One controller, which we got working, which was very nice. But it is the PC version. I don't know if this goes through on the live stream, but here on the little PC screen I have here with me as well, slightly better frame rate and a bit more detailed textures and that kind of stuff. So, but then again, I don't think the thing is that when Rogue came out, sort of the greatest problem, at least if you really pay attention to how a game looks, at least, that it's very difficult to go back once you've seen, at that point, once you saw Unity and how that looked, at least in the beginning, before you knew that it was a fumbled technical mess of a game. It's very hard to go back once you've seen sort of the character animations of next gen and that kind of stuff, and then looking at Rogue. So it seems to me maybe a bit sort of a graphical mess, but the scale of it is very impressive, I'd say. Here we have open. I'm pressing B. Please. Hitting the chests will open them. That makes logic sense in some strange way. So I'm going to crawl this little hole here. Here we are. And kicking chests also. 1 upgrades are currently available in Captain's Cabin. Well, Kawada-kun, I can't really, I can't speak on behalf of the PC ports. This is the first time I'm ever playing a Assassin's Creed game on the PC. What I did was that I refused to play Black Flag back when it came out until I had a PS4, and then I had a PS4, and then I played Black Flag on that, and then Unity. So I haven't really gone back since the next-gen versions of the series was available. So yeah, well, so I feel that's sort of that's an ongoing question. The thing is, I completely agree with you. With the yearly thing, I think it's very damaging to the brand. But then again, it's very difficult to sort of when Ubisoft, when Yves Guillemot, the sort of the head manager over there, he says, well, you guys buy it every year, so why should we stop making them for you? The thing is, it is a good point that people keep buying them, and the sales keep racking up. But I'm sort of very cautious to see the sales figures from Unity, and hopefully they have taken a turn for the worse, because they need to, in my opinion, really need to restructure the way they think about these releases. People will still buy the game, but then again, it is, despite the fact how cliched that statement might be, it is about speaking with your wallet. So they will continue to do it as long as there is a financial reason for them to do so, because it is a business and they need to make money. But I'm hoping all of us who love games that have quality and not quantity will want to cross our fingers and hope that Yeah. It is also, it's a problem with the PC releases. That the ports are that bad quality. So we're going into River Valley here. There is still some issues with Unity. I tried it not too long ago, and getting the online heists missions to work. By the way, was the lobby did not work for me at all. So. But the funny thing about Unity was when it came out, now I think we're on patch 4 now, but when I played it for review and I was talking to our editor-in-chief Lee about it, like during the review period, which was very short, it was insane how many technical problems there was with Assassin's Creed Unity. It was insane. Like the number of FPS slowdowns, the number of texture pop-ins, and despite the fact that, yeah, we're on patch 5 now, despite the fact that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was much bigger in scale and even had ship combat with it, it was insane to me that upgrading to a new engine meant they had so little time to bug check and bug fix the game, so it shipped in the state that it was in. I think they are worthy of the fan backlash that came at that point. And despite the fact that I gave the game a 7, a lot of people in the comments on the review at the time were much harsher, and I can understand them, because if you pay your, if you're living in Denmark, 550 kroner for a game like that, then it has to at least have some kind of level of technical polish that you would expect from a game where 1,000 people have worked on it. So the other really problematic thing about having the yearly releases, which I think is the most sort of obvious one, is that at the time where Unity came out and reviewers got their hands on it and the people got their hands on it, and they were sort of providing the critical feedback that is necessary when you make sequels to games, then Assassin's Creed Victory will already have been so far into development that they are unable to work some of these critique points into their games. I think that, for me mostly, is the most sad part of that entire sort of yearly model, is that they will, as long as they keep doing it, they will be unable to work with that approach, unless they do the Call of Duty stuff, where each studio has had 3 years to work. But at this point, they all combine for one intense sort of development period of a year. So I'm going to start this mission by invitation only in this first sequence. I thought actually we were in the second sequence, but that's fine.
Templars desire to understand the nature of these artifacts. Their spies have called upon many doctors.
So I'm going to shut up and listen to the cutscene.
They have also approached many tribes with questions.
Yeah, they've been showing that manuscript far and wide. No one can read the strange writing or understand the images. You do have a name, though.
We learned that Lawrence Washington sent out the manuscript.
Lawrence Washington. Businessman, Virginian politician, and high-ranking Templar.
Yes, I recently heard he was back from the West Indies. One of my men saw his major domo pick up a strange package.
Then that package will be delivered to him promptly. Shay, figure out what it is and find Washington. And when you do...
I don't know about you, but this looks like a eavesdropping mission. And if it is, that would be goddamn hilarious. Well, we'll see. I have not been briefed about some China DLC for a standalone China pack for Assassin's Creed Unity. Sounds very, very intriguing. One of the main things that people have been asking for is that they do the feudal Japan stuff. I also think that would be obvious, but you know, they have priorities and all that kind of stuff. Well, Sci-Fi, the thing is, I would bet, now Nick isn't here, but I would bet a steak dinner that an Assassin's Creed collection of in some form is not far off.
If we've any luck, that ship will lead us right to him. I make my own
Locate the shipment. Well, let's go.
Washington is running out of his. There it is. Aye.
It's a tailing mission on a ship.
Lawrence Washington is a powerful businessman, slave owner, and a leading Templar. We lost track of him about a year ago. I recently learned he was in Barbados, but I haven't been able to confirm that. Now you think he had something to do with the theft of the artifacts, don't you?
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I'm betting you that we get the remaster stuff. We will, and I think this does not only stretch to the Assassin's Creed series, but most likely also maybe the Call of Duty campaigns. I think that the Master Chief Collection stuff, despite its online troubles, was such a successful move in including a lot of campaigns and a lot of multiplayer aspects of some games and putting it on the same disc is too powerful a move for others not to emulate it. So. I'm gonna try and going around here so that we are not spotted. PlayStation Freak, I can actually, despite the fact that I'm not, despite the fact that I'm not the much like online player generally, there is actually some very fun Assassin's Creed Online stuff to be done. Especially if you go a bit back, actually, and play some of the sort of the core modes that they came up with in Brotherhood. You know, where there is a arena, a little arena, where there's a couple of players, and you need to assassinate one of the targets, and you need to, there's like several ways of finding out who your target is, and then assassinating him quietly. I thought that was actually very, very clever back when they sort of demonstrated that idea. So I would implore you to try it out, actually. I agree with some of the guys in the chat saying it is a genuinely smart smart multiplayer. Here we go. So I think I have completed. Well, I'm Indian Cobra, and I'm one of the guys that actually really liked Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I really enjoyed sort of the very basic sort of core tenets of the game. You know, the ship combat, all that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that. I can't quite figure out. It seems to be a little bit of a sort of Russian roulette with when they pick their time periods, whether or not it's smart moves or whether or not it's not. I don't have any like specific reason why something works, why people think that away, well, feudal Japan, that's got to be the obvious one, or something like that. But somehow, Black Flag sort of clicked with me. And I'm sort of guessing that this might do so as well. Now I have to... First, I have to... Oh. Here we go. Here we are. But I quite like it. The thing is, you only realize whether or not they've learned something when you get a bit into the game. That's why I'm sort of cringing for if there is a lot of tailing missions, if there's a lot of eavesdropping stuff. I think one of the things that I mentioned in my Unity review, which I really, really liked about the game, was that they sort of give the freedom back to the player. Having those black box missions was very, very clever, I thought. And so I think there is a lot of reason to like where they're going, but I don't know. There's a very fine line you walk there, because do you rehash the same elements if they work, or do you keep adding new and exploring different time periods, different game mechanics in order to evolve the series? I think that is what Assassin's Creed has suffered most from. Was in the second that people find out they really, really like the pirate stuff, they're already on to something else. So I just really, really like the pirate thing, and I'm sort of oozing on that wave of excitement right now. I think it's good. As I said earlier, I'm finding it's more and more difficult to go back to dust off the old PS3 and put in a PS3 game in and playing it, because it's not something about graphical quality. It's more something like slow loading times, like a less fluid experience. It's very difficult, I think, to accept that once you've sort of gotten into the next-gen ecosystem. Now, that was very smart of me. Okay, let's go. Oh. Reload pistols, reload pistols. Reload pistols! Here we are. Yes. So there's a guy out there. Some of the weird parts of this Assassin's Creed stuff is that... Okay, so I'm gonna loot the package. I'm gonna watch this.
You there! Stay! Where you are?
How can that be? It makes no sound. Thanks for the present, Master Washington.
The air rifle. Exciting. Okay, so there's a bit new stuff to play with here. There's an air rifle efficient silent ranged weapon. Seems to me to a bit like the thing that Aveline had in Liberation. Berserk stars, grenades and fire. Okay, good.
This is a strange surprise. Not quite what I was expecting.
Make enemies berserk with the air rifle. It is the same. Rehashed elements. Well, there you go. There's a guy up. He's there now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the darts. That's what it is. Berserk dart. Okay, now we need to find some guards. Sadly, I think I've killed a lot of them, which is sad. There's some there. Good.
Splendid party, wouldn't you say? Indeed. Master Washington had a
Hello.
He has been looking rather pale, though, and his cough is worse.
Now let's watch the magic unfold. If I'm not able to climb. It's a lot of what Assassin's Creed is just running into buildings. Maybe I can make them both. Actually, I agree with Adu that somehow I'm gonna. Yes. Somehow World War II has sort of come back as the sort of niche thing where you really want it to happen again. I actually think the funny thing about that is that what's been really overdone recently is that sort of near future warfare with Titanfall and the recent Battlefield 4 multiplayer stuff where you have like drones and the mech suits and all that kind of stuff. That's what's boring me. So I'm totally ready for World War II, even World War I. I thought that Valiant Hearts, more than anyone else, sort of, to me, was an indication that World War I, the Great War, could also be an awesome thing. So that's really what it's like with these wartime periods, which is being used for movies and games and that kind of stuff, is that it's really about, you know, overdoing it seems, and then letting it go. So there's a lot of yellows here. So I'm just going to make a run for it because I have one of those guys going berserk right now from the air rifle stuff. So I'm going to use the confusion. Yeah, I think that was Kuwata. It was one of the cool things about. Oh, apparently we're at a garden party now. Nice.
I need to get to Washington first. Then I'll worry about the artifacts.
I thought one of the cool things about Valiant Hearts was that it had sort of the courage to take on a less known, less sort of popular culture-based period and really do something interesting about it. So I'm hoping that Valiant Hearts was maybe successful enough financially and critically that they would do something about it, something creatively. But we can only hope at this point. Right now I'm just sort of, I could maybe, okay, here we go. So now apparently my dart has made, now they have started fighting, and he instantly killed that guy. Apparently we are currently, I'm sort of contemplating coming in from above. How could they have spot? Oh. I've been drawing some of the guards away. That's good. I've kind of realized now that I'm going at this from a bit of a wrong angle here. So there's, oh, these guys are coming back. God damn it. What do I have here? Sleep darts. I bet that will be useful. So, to sleep with you, and off I go. So now we're coming at this from above. I'm betting that I need to go inside. I don't want to do that because there's a door there. Is there a sort of balcony I can use? Maybe it's just the door. Well, one way to find out. No. Locate Lawrence, Washington. Huh. All it took. So I'm AC2 runs terribly on PS3. I can't remember that. Was that because PlayStation Freak? Are you talking about the sort of the frames per second or the textures or what? Because I can't remember it running that bad. But then again, it's so long ago, so I'm sort of getting curious now.
We all respect that sentiment, sir.
You have my thanks, gentlemen. Master Smith, are you ready to leave on your voyage?
Aye, sir. I shall return with answers.
Master Wardrop, likewise engaged with the manuscript.
Yes, sir. We'll soon know its meaning.
And I bid you take your leave.
It's good. That's I think the expression on people's faces when they see most Assassin's Creed cutscenes. Well, fine, I guess. Kill Washington while blended. I'm gonna need some kitchen equipment. No. So I'm gonna go in from the roof. And maybe I'm gonna look for an exit of some sort once I have him. Could just put him to sleep. He does circle right there. I'm gonna take out his guards because I can. Dive in here. And my whistle stuff did not. Now the guards are being woken up. What I'm sort of hoping for now. This is going, no. Yeah, this is terrible. We're gonna try this again. Clumsy controls, clumsy guy controlling it, so we'll take it from the top.
She could barely stand on his own 2 feet. Better be right about it, Liam. Because I'm about to murder a dying man.
So still guards there. I'm going to need, you can blend it with people and kill him from there. Yeah, that's good. That's really what the description says. So that's what I'm planning to do. I just need an entry point, and I can get that from here. Oh, there's guys looking at this direction, but maybe I can get in like so. He's gonna come past now. Stupid guard. Now maybe I can... That's how I love this AI. That's just amazing. Oh, he was right there. Yeah, I saw him. Apparently he's not here anymore. I'm hidden in these very, very, very dense bushes. But it was like that in that part of the country at the time. So now the guards are gonna slink on by. And I can maybe... You know what, I'm just gonna kill him. Yeah. So when Rogue was announced alongside Unity, I was actually very intrigued by the initial premise is the fact that you are actually playing a guy that will become a Templar rather than a guy trying to become an assassin. I'm thinking that he's going to betray the Order somehow. We'll see. Maybe this Washington guy is putting ideas in his head. You scheming snake. Smoke bombs. Apparently I unlocked them by killing that guy. That's good. Or maybe it will become smoke. 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 There we go. And so I have planned my escape.
Is that a shit mortar? That's not sported.
Warning, your ship is taking heavy damage. Oh no, that can't be good. Come on, Morgan. I'm guessing that I was supposed to jump out on that branch, but you know. I am playing the game Quadacun, but I only got 2 hours to play it, so a bit of guesswork here and there is necessary. Here we go. Now it's all about escaping. Yes. Maybe firing on these. Wow. Okay. Brace. Go, 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 go. I appreciate the sort of the gesture of the origin story. I can't have any more origin stories now. I'm ready for some kind of modern take on the assassin Templar sort of conflict. I'm really ready for that. Not in the sort of Splinter Cell way, but in maybe taking it to like late 1800s, World War I style stuff. I really like that, actually. Like some kind of take on the trench warfare. I have no idea how it will happen or how that mechanically would work, but it's just now we're making wish lists here. Kill Washington? Yeah, didn't do that. I did make the enemies berserk with the air rifle. Very nice. So now I'm thinking if the Assassin's Creed lore is to be believed, we're going to have a modern section. Yes. So while I have you guys in the chat and watching the stream, I do implore you to, if you know a lot of stuff about Assassin's Creed, the lore, that kind of stuff, I would love for you to take a look at the Assassin's Creed The Challenge quiz that we have going on right now. It's a string of competitions where you get to act as an expert and share your extreme knowledge of the series with the others here on the stream, and we will sort of call you in as an expert over the course of some time. And right now, the leg of the challenge is a quiz about the first game from 2007, where you have to answer some questions about Desmond's background, the motivations of the Abstergo company, and the number of targets he has to take down, that kind of stuff. There's 7 questions in total, and the news story is up on the site. So go and put yourself out there, and we will test your knowledge to the fullest. There will be several quizzes which focuses on specific games in the series later on. So
He believes the box can be activated to project words or images.
Like a magic lantern.
let's go.
What do you mean?
You know the magic lantern
The magic lantern shows Father Connolly put it on the church basement.
Candle in it, I think. He put these little glass plates in front, and we'd see the images projected on the wall like cathedrals.
Is it this the little thing, sort of dialogue going on in the chat also sort of raises the question though, is that how far into the lore does the game need to go in order for a reboot to be merited? Because sort of some people got very tired of the entire Ezio thing before they made it Connor stuff, but then people also complained that, well, Connor was such an uninteresting character compared to Ezio, which was more, you know, Italian, flamboyant, that kind of stuff. And the same thing has been said about Arnaud, and so I would love for you to sort of delve into more the people who know the series, to talk a bit about how that would be. Do you want one main character that sort of like Desmond again, who can sort of work as a focal point while we travel the different parts of history, or do you want the games to be entirely disconnected? That's really, I think that's the question, because that's sort of the hallmark of the series. So yeah, take the wheel. Doc, thank you. Pull me. There we go. Yeah, I also thought that Connor was interesting in his own way, you know, a bit more stoic, a bit more heroic, you might say, single-minded than Ezio, which was a bit more nuanced and had a bit more, I think, maybe a lot of sides to that character. But I still thought that Connor could be an excellent platform for them to build on. And I specifically thought after sort of the game Assassin's Creed 3 was done, well, there's a lot of potential here to go forward. But then after the negative feedback they got on Connor, they left him behind, and did one of his ancestors in Black Flag instead. So yeah, I also like the connections between the games, but you can't really undermine that there was a lot of sort of fanfare and backlash about the modern day segments of the game when we came up to about Brotherhood, Revelations, where people were sick and tired of the Desmond sections. I really like the Desmond sections. I'm probably the extreme minority on that one, because I thought that was the stuff that tied it together. And what I really wanted to see at that point in time was that, well, I really want a game where Desmond is the main assassin, where they took it to that kind of modern day level, but that didn't happen, and Ubisoft quickly explained that was not where the series was going. We were going to do the history playground thing. So well, Kawada-kun, you can call them sequels in like the most literally sense, or you can call them sequels in you know, they expand the same universe. But direct sequels is something that where the plot structure of several games sort of interact and build on one another. And for example, Black Flag and Unity has nothing to do with each other tonally, or in terms of plot, or in terms of character, or in terms of story. The only thing they share is sort of similar gameplay structures, and the idea that they use this sort of the Templar versus assassin plot, which in Unity's case is so far in the background. So I just thought that the lore, like the general lore, is one of the most interesting things about Assassin's Creed, and they seem to be downplaying it a lot, just in favor of, well, this is the universe, go have fun. But I really like when there's a bit more to it than that. So I do remember there was one sort of modern section where Desmond, I think it was in Revelations, where Desmond got his weapon, and I really, really liked that. Maybe it was in 3, where he had to infiltrate some buildings and that kind of stuff. Catch Samuel Smith. Oh. Oh, they're talking crap to each other. That's nice. Oh, it's because, oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Fire. Well, he's really catching up. I don't think I have, and I...
He's back from a long voyage. Now's our chance to get him.
Smith controls most of the Thanos well. Just get him out of the way. Washington entrusted the precursor box to him.
Okay, so right now we're doing with yellow.
So we can't sink him. We'll have to board his ship or force him to beach.
Don't sink. He has the precursor box. Well, I get that. Oh, can I go through? Yeah, I can go through the ice. Nice. It seems that the guys, the people here in the chat, we are generally the minority on the Desmond stuff, because the sort of the general consensus, the podcasts I listened to at the time and that kind of stuff, was that. Oh, god damn it! Oh, he's gonna ram me. He's gonna ram me. Not if I ram you first, you jackass. Brace. I still think that the modern day missions does have a very specific place in Assassin's Creed Unity, or Assassin's Creed in general. The thing is, though, that they just need to have like general gameplay in them and not just make them sort of story dumps of exposition where you learn, the only thing you have to do in them is learn about the universe. There needs to be some game to it, I feel. That if they had a modern day protagonist as well who was genuinely interesting and had some really interesting mechanics as well, they could do that, and I think they could do it very easily as well. So I think it's only a matter of sort of getting over that people didn't like the Desmond stuff and maybe try and create something modern that had some gameplay depth and not only story depth. And it's just so sad to me that they were on it, I feel, with they were really close to doing it with Assassin's Creed 3, but then, you know, the entire Desmond saga, or whatever they wanted to call it, ended. Come on. Here we are. This combat is all about flow. Let's get it. And I just stabbed one of my friends, it seems. How many times do I have to? Okay. Good, we're good. No, we're not good. Okay. You stab and kick a guard a lot of times. Kill enemy crew. I did that. Nice. And the teammate was really roaring his way through there. Good. What should we do with the ship? Well, there's only... I don't think we will see Desmond ever again in the Assassin's Creed franchise, sadly. Perhaps they are working in something more like a modern day setting, as we just talked about. But I think if they work in a modern day setting for Victory, which I'm hoping, then it will be a new modern day protagonist, not Desmond again. I think he's done. Which was kind of sad, because I felt like that the ending to Assassin's Creed 3 was kind of unsatisfying, but... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm gonna have to go after him now. Here we go. Let's decrease. Okay, I'm gonna fire around at him. No. Oh, I wasn't. I'm just trying to incapacitate his ship. Yeah, I get it. And he's got more health now, it seems. Yeah, Kawada, I'm really sick of that as well. To me, I feel like it's a very rotten excuse. You know, we don't want to get in the way of the player's own imagination and sort of create his own narrative. That's just really an excuse to not create a narrative. Oh. Follow him on land. Okay. Doc. Oh, he's running over there. And they don't seem to have noticed that I'm actually here. Well, that's fine. Rope darts. That's another thing that I remember from 3. Assassinate Smith. Yeah, I remember that from Unity also, and here gladly you guys didn't experience that because I did some of the modern day stuff in here before the stream started. It's also like, oh, it's really you working at Abstergo Entertainment, and it's you finding out the memories. We don't want to get in the way of that. That was such bullshit. Assassinate. Oh. No. That did not go the way. Wait. They're not seeing me? Okay. I actually didn't know that they had a connection. Ow. Well, I'm thinking, I really don't want to pull out the PS3 again, but I might just watch it on YouTube. That actually, that changes the stuff. That changes it quite much, actually. And also, the games seem so like historically apart in the way they're set, and just the distance from Arnaud in France and Cormac here. So I'd really like to see that connection. That seems exciting. But we'll see. Kill Smith, destroy 3 gunboats with the puckle gun. No, I've done none of that. I shouldn't watch it on YouTube. Well, then I'll try to get through the game. It does seem fun. It does seem to have the same sort of strengths as Black Flag, which isn't really a surprise. This is just Black Flag in winter time. You must do it yourself. Well, controls in this game, sometimes it's so hilarious. So unresponsive that it's almost... Oh, took a dive there. I don't like when he does that. How stupid of you. You did that to yourself. Read the spoiler. Do not read Arno's bio in AC. Okay, I won't. It's becoming really tempting now that you guys are talking about it. It's in the first line of text. Well, I really want to watch the connection now. Because that's really what the most exciting thing about the games are, in my opinion, is that there is a connection between these different despite the fact that they are in that, you know, assassin, Templar sort of conflict, all of them are part of the same order. I just feel like that is the most exciting thing about it, is that they have a connection somehow. So it's nice that they do have that. Is my mission actually... I'm thinking of just following the story here. There seems to be where the most amount of unlocks and that kind of stuff are. So, but okay, I'm here. And the The mission is where? Wow. Okay. So we'll have to go all the way around here. Maybe I can I fast travel stuff? So yes, I can. Very nice. Because I'm gonna spare you guys for the long ride there.
Got the precursor box.
We got the precursor box. Yeah, I hear you. Take it easy, boy. Okay, so we're gonna sail for North America. Yeah, I will fast travel, yeah. Got the precursor box. I will fast travel. It's just you know, if you use fast travel too much, then it sort of defeats the point. So it's a fine line.
I don't much feel like celebrating, Liam.
I love the Irish accents going on. All right, let's. So more loading screens here. No surprises. Doing a bit of a jiggle here with Cormac. I'm actually kind of enjoying the game here. And I think actually this is the PC version. This is the PC version, so I'm guessing that the looks have been improved. But I actually find it quite pretty. And you know, I think these, you know, the moments where you are coming across a random objective, picking up a chest, or finding a map or some kind of stuff, and you're listening to your comrades on the ship singing. I think that's really some really great moments that come outside of story context, and I love that. So. Yeah, they did remove it in Unity. I remember back on those very old Assassin's Creed games where the loading screens were so goddamn long. You were just running into the distance for ages. Assassin's Creed 3 mostly, so. Now we're in Albany. Try pressing running button fast in the loading screens. I will. As soon as we get one, I will. Actually, when I press like the running button like this, it looks like he has some kind of arthritis or there's something wrong with his back. Well, Adu, the thing is, there seems to be a bit of mixed opinions on that here on the stream, but I personally think so. I think it has to, and at that point, games become less about, you know, artistic expression and becomes more about money. And in this case, Ubisoft would be, I don't necessarily condone it like artistically, but for them to, this is too much money to say no, I would figure, because bundling together a couple of Assassin's Creed games, doing maybe 2 sets of them, 1, 2, and 3, and maybe Brotherhood, Revelations, and Rogue, in those 2 sets would be so foolish for them, because right now people are craving games on their new systems here in the first couple of years of the console life cycle, and for Assassin's Creed for not to do that, and for Call of Duty not to do a combined campaign multiplayer package, I think would be financially stupid. So I would bet a lot of money that it will be here. It will be. It's a matter of time, because despite the fact how much you may combine yourself with one of the brands, oh, I really like Sony, I really like Microsoft, I think they make the better games and make the better decisions, that kind of stuff. What they're interested in is making money and getting your money. And I think, despite the fact that what you might think of an Assassin's Creed bundle or HD trilogy kind of stuff, it would make a lot of financial sense to polish it up like they did with Assassin's Creed Liberation HD, and then put it on new consoles with trophies and achievements and that kind of stuff. Here we go. Kill a man, hide in the reeds. And now I'm discovered. I hope he's not carrying a gun, because then I'm going to get shot down, but here we are. Come on, climb, Cormac, climb. And he's look, that is the fascination I have of the AI in these games. He just saw me. He just saw me. And he has the yellow stuff, which means that he's some kind of of alarm. But he has chosen not to investigate where I was going. Well, he climbed that tree, which means he must not be very dangerous at all. Yeah, I agree, Kawada-kun. I saw some of the critical reactions to Assassin's Creed Liberation HD, and it was actually, from what I could see at least, very positive actually. And not too many remasters get that kind of fame, that they genuinely did something with the graphics. Right now, what we put up today on Gamereactor, which you can go read, is the review of DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition on the new consoles. And it's also, that's also one of those cases where they've genuinely put a lot of work and effort into combining a lot of extra post-launch DLC and getting the game running in 60 frames per second, that kind of stuff. And at that point, I think remasters become really interesting. And, you know, for example, the first-person mode in GTA 5 is one of those things where, well, this certainly makes a lot of sense for you to rethink your strategy on a game's launch and then relaunching it. I think that's pretty cool. You can always make the sort of argument, the case that you want their resources to go towards new experiences, but I do think it's pretty clever. Okay. Sneak into the Albany Congress. And I can do that undetected, of course. First, the eagle dive. I have no idea how that works, like logically or physically. So let's see if we can't do something very cool. I have sleep darts, berserk darts. I'm going to run here before that guy catches my wind. Okay, here we go. What I'm actually, the thing is, I've played Unity, and one of the things that I genuinely miss about Unity is the sneak button, which I really thought, it's insane that it wasn't added before then, and I really, really liked it. It was just nice to have this crouchy position where you were not as easily spotted. It feels so weird to be an assassin, and then your only sort of choice for stealth is moving through bushes. And it really shows once you've played Unity that it is not present here.
The colonies must join or die.
Here we are.
Rousing speech, Master Franklin. But do you truly believe Great Britain will grant her colonies autonomy? They have little choice, Master Johnson. You know the remoteness of this frontier better than most. Yes, but let us leave politics for another day. I wanted to thank you for your research. Of course, of course. In the brief time I could examine that box, I could tell it was something unique. From ancient Egypt, you said? Well, as I mentioned in my letter, I am quite ready to electrify it. Excellent. We will have the box delivered shortly for the manuscript. Captain?
Well, PlayStation Freak, the thing is, though, that if you're complaining that Assassin's Creed games come out too often, then maybe taking a year off and making HD remasters of the old, sort of revisiting, for the developers to revisit their old games, look them over, and to do HD versions of them, and while doing that, maybe learning something about where the franchise might go, I think that would be a very necessary, and I would condone them to take that break and do that instead, having these yearly releases where they learn nothing from them. So, and I think I feel that way about a lot of these Ah, crap, I missed him. Yeah, the tailing missions, or the chase missions, which I always fail because I haven't got a clear path at the beginning. But we'll take it from the top, we can do that. Let's go. Can I just, wait. I doubt that that was the way that was supposed to be played, but this is what we're doing. And I kicked him in the crotch, which apparently... That was it. Okay. This is the way you can play Assassin's Creed Rogue, apparently, and Assassin's Creed games. They let you cheat sometimes, which is nice. Alright, so now we're going after Wardop, or whatever he's called, here. Yes.
Okay, Magnus, we're gonna play the video soon with the Swedish Jedi.
Now. Yeah. So now we've come to the part of the show where we're playing the video from one of the winners, or one of the experts we found via our Assassin's Creed The Challenge. He's called the Swedish Jedi, and he joins us now to talk a bit about the Assassin's Creed franchise and showing off some skills, and we'll hand it over to him.
More known as Swedish Jedi. My favorite game in the Assassin's Creed series is, without doubt, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's such a fun game. I really enjoyed its setting, I enjoyed its story, I enjoyed its characters. I mean, I really enjoy Ezio Auditore, such a wonderful character. And I enjoyed the recruitment system where you could recruit your own assassins, train them, customize them, send them out on missions, or have them help you in your own missions. It's such a fun system and a mechanic. I really enjoyed that. And so it is still one of my favorite games in the overall series. I really like that. And like I said, I really enjoyed its historical setting. Renaissance Rome. I just love to run around and explore that wonderfully realized city, that video game environment. I really enjoyed it, and I think that's one of the big points of why this series has endured as long as it has. Its dedication to its historical settings and its realization of its historical culture. It's so wonderfully well made, these settings, like for example Renaissance Rome, Tuscany from Assassin's Creed 2. It's wonderfully, I actually traveled to Tuscany a couple of times. It's wonderful to see these environments in game form and actually recognize the environment. I mean, I've traveled to San Miniano. I can actually recognize myself in that game. Not completely, but the overall environment. And I really enjoyed that aspect. I think that's the best aspect of these games. It's dedication, the developers' dedication to these historical settings. And it's very much a result of the developers' well-made research about these settings, about the historical situation, about the culture. It's so well made and wonderfully realized. Like, for example, my favorite sequence in the entire series is actually from Assassin's Creed 3 when Nathan Kenway travels to America. Just seeing that trip, it starts out very high spirited. The sailors, they're singing, they're dancing, they're having fun, they're playing games. You can even see a small zoo of animals. But then fast forward 10 weeks, everyone's sick, everyone's miserable, everyone's coughing, they're suffering from malnutrition. The animals, the zoo, it's gone. And that was the historical climate for these. That was the climate for these sailors. It boggles the mind how these people could actually survive these trips, these harsh conditions. And I really love how they realized that in the games. And I truly hope that this is what we'll continue to see in future games. This dedication to each historical setting, not just as a backdrop, but as a fully realized video game environment. I truly hope we continue to see that. And like I said, I hope we continue to see that. But I also want to see a bit more exploration of the factions, the assassins and the Templars. I want to explore more their relationship to each other. I want to explore their mythology. I want to see how these groups actually work together. I mean, we have seen in a couple of the later games more and more from the Templar perspective. I actually want to see more of their relationship. Maybe make a game where they have to work together. Maybe there's a third faction they need to fight together. I want to see their relationship, because they're the Templars and the Assassins. They're each side of the same coin, and I want to explore that relationship even more. And I want more mystery with the games. I kind of feel like in the later games we miss the sense of conspiracy, secrecy and mystery. In the early games you never knew what the first civilization was. You only had clues, like the video of Adam and Eve. You only had small clues over who was who in history. I mean, like Henry Ford, he was a Templar. Adolf Hitler was a Templar. Even Winston Churchill was apparently a Templar. I love those little conspiracy minigames. I want them to continue. I want that sense of mystery back. I want to explore that. I want that sense of mystery back. But not at the lack of historical dedication. Like I said, that is the most important aspect of these games. Well, I think that was basically what I wanted to say. Thank you for this opportunity, and may the Father of Understanding guide us. Bye.
And now we are back. We've been listening to a bit of one of our experts here on the Assassin's Creed The Challenge competition, which is going on right now on Gamereactor, where you can go in and sign up for the quiz, answer some questions about the original Assassin's Creed, which came out in 2007, stuff like Desmond's background, Abstergo's motivations, number of targets you have to assassinate throughout the game, that kind of stuff. Please go in there and take part in the quiz so that we may use you as an expert, like we did with Swedish Jedi here. Use you for when it makes sense, and these streams pop up from time to time. It would be nice to have a co-host with me, so I don't have to sit here all by myself. This has been a very short tour throughout Assassin's Creed Rogue's campaign. The first time I have spent any time with it, and really enjoying it as well. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching it, and watching me be very lonely and very much alone on this stream. We hope to return with a co-host next time. And I would also like to thank the ones of you who sort of comes through on the streams and supporting us through this little period of transition here, while we find new sort of weekly series, new concepts, coming up with new hosts and co-hosts and that kind of stuff. You've been really supportive, and I hope that you will be thrilled with some of the stuff we have in the pipelines for you. We will be pulling out all of the strings on Friday for GR Friday nights, where we'll be playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the Havoc DLC pack, where you can come join us and kill some dudes and get a chance to receive this, the Rocketrios TKL Pro keyboard here, which we'll be giving out to one of the lucky people who is showing themselves off as admirably good Call of Duty players on GR Friday nights. So we'll be starting that in 5 o'clock CAT on Friday, and we're puzzling with doing a Helldivers live stream as well to follow up on the review, which I have written, which is now live on the site. So stay tuned for that. I've been asked which platform we're playing GR Friday nights. I've not been briefed. Sulfin, do you know? We're not sure yet, but it is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and I'm guessing it will be on the PS4 or the Xbox One. We're trying to get Dory in here to play that with you on Friday, and yeah, I'll be of course hosting the Helldivers stream once we get a firm date and time of when and how that will happen. So, oh, thank you so much, crew, for welcoming me back to the ship. It's so nice. So yeah, next time we should be back, hopefully with 2 hosts. Sort of the dialogue becomes a little more smooth than that. I hope you have stuck through it with me, and we have made something fine. So I don't think we have any more stuff coming in, like in these more immediate pipeline. We really want to do something with the GTA heists now that they're out. So stay tuned for that on the site, and we will invite you guys, of course, to play some cool stuff with us. And I don't think I have much more to plug. I've been asked to plug a lot. The Assassin's Creed Challenge and the Call of Duty stuff and all that. It's because we want to make the stream interactive and play with you guys. So it makes more sense that way. So to summarize the game, I actually very much like it. I know that, like, critically, it might rehash a lot of the ideas that you saw in a lot of the gameplay mechanics of Assassin's Creed 4, but I really like that game, so that doesn't bother me too much. I've played it on PC, so there's not a lot of that frame rate stutter, not a lot of that screen tearing that you might see on the PS3 or the Xbox 360 versions. But I do still like the fact that if we had to get a yearly Assassin's Creed, I like that there was one specifically made for the new consoles and one specifically made for the old. If that paid out or not, I'll let you be the judge of that. So, I think that's about all we have time for tonight. We will see you guys, and yeah, the best is ahead. I'll stay true to that. So, thank you so much for watching us here tonight, and I'll see you on Friday.